Hello, everyone. This is Norlin Oligosama, your licensed immigration consultant. I was driving a while ago, and at the same time, while driving, I'm speaking with my clients, and I'm trying my best to answer their questions while I'm driving. And di pa ako nakakarating sa aking office, may mga information na ako about the new announcement today, which is, ang sabi dito, Canada announces new pilot programs to support caregivers and Canadian families, intends to make the caregiver program permanent. Well, as expected, and as I always say to everyone, caregiver will never gonna be removed because there are a lot of Canadian families who are really in dire need of caregivers or housekeepers, or even, let's talk about, home support worker. So I'm just gonna read the news release. It's actually today, June 3, 2024. Caregivers from abroad are invaluable to Canadian families. Their hard work makes a difference in the lives of those they care for, including children, seniors, and persons with disability. As the home care provider pilot and home support worker pilot come to a close later this month, this is what I've been waiting for actually. That was since June 16. That was gonna be actually this June 16, and I was expecting that one of these days, which I always say to everyone, that they were gonna announce, because the pilot, the caregiver program pilot is going to end on June 16. So here we are, June 3, nag-a-announce na sila 2 weeks before, sometimes earlier, 1 week before. So, what it says here is that Honourable Marc Miller, the Minister of Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship, today announced new enhanced caregiver pilots. This will allow caregivers to continue to come to Canada as they work, or IRCC work towards making the caregiver pilot program permanent. The new pilot programs will provide home care workers with permanent residence, okay? That's like the same in-home caregiver program, but let's wait. Let's see what they wanted to say here. What are the requirements? Because I don't wanna be excited just yet. Kasi nga, I don't know, maybe pahirapan na naman. Like for example, see what they wanted to say here. What are the requirements? Because I don't wanna be excited just yet. Kasi nga, I don't know, maybe pahirapan na naman. Like for example, they arrive in Canada. So, through this new pilot program, candidates interested in working in Canada's home care sector will be eligible to apply if they meet the following criteria. So here are our criteria. Attain a minimum of level 4 based on Canadian Language Benchmark or CLB. So 4 na lang siya, dati 5. Hold the equivalent of a Canadian high school diploma. Yay! Dati, it was first year college. So I was thinking dapat in anybody na pupunta dito from the Philippines, they should have at least third year college from the Philippines. But this time, high school diploma based in Canada assessment. So that means my niece is a high school diploma holder. So that means she is already qualified. So the only thing she can do right now is to get that level 4. My nanny, actually. And of course, have recent and relevant work experience. And of course, when you're here already, of course, you can do that 1 year experience so that you could be able to apply for permanent residency, and of course receive an offer for a full-time home care job. The only thing is that I don't know if this will gonna be again a job offer or an LMIA. Ngayon, I really wish na it's not gonna be like the same before. Yes, they're saying permanent residency, but I just hope that this is not a version of the previous one that they will gonna wait 2-3 years down the road in order for them to get their their work permit. this new PR or permanent residency on arrival pilot. So they are going to be new PR upon arrival. It's a pilot program. Pilot program meaning it's just temporary. Mark as important step forward in Canada's efforts to meet the evolving home care needs of its diverse population. Okay, so this is very important right now. I believe I'm doing this live consultation and live explanation presently. This is very important right now. I believe I'm doing this live consultation and live explanation presently. Home care. I don't know how you were gonna get there at the back office. I don't know how they were gonna actually complete this important 4 requirements, but of course there's always a process for those 4 important requirements. However, to everyone who wishes to come here as a caregiver from overseas, or maybe here as a tourist visa holder, or anybody who wants to change being a student to caregiver program, I want you to work on your English exam. I want you to get that 4 benchmark, which is CELPIP or IELTS. You get that 4 score is very, very important. Number 1 situation where you can actually get into application for permanent residency. I never heard about cap. I don't see any cap here. I hope wala nang cap. Right now, I'm still gonna be waiting. It is a puzzle. It is a part 1 announcement, which is really a beautiful announcement. I hope yung requirement. Right now, I'm still gonna be waiting. It is a puzzle. It is a part 1 announcement, which is really a beautiful announcement. I hope yung requirement. I didn't know that there's already a minister of small business. I think that one was just newly created. It says here, after hearing stories and feedback from caregivers across Canada, I am proud that we are taking concrete action to create policies to support the caregiver community. Generations of women and men have advocated for this important pathway and have cared for our families and loved ones here in Canada. Now is the time to return the care they deserve. Okay, so that is the situation right now that we got. Canada announces new pilot program to support caregivers, and Canadian families intends to make the caregiver program permanent. Unfortunately, there's not much of information they've said here. There's no requirements yet. There's no way of how to apply. How about the job offer they're talking here? I hope it's not gonna be the full-time home care offer that they're saying here. It's not gonna be a job offer, or it's not gonna be an LMIA. But I don't know which 2 things are there. So okay. Okay, I want to read also the violent reactions ng mga tao about this announcement. I can read 10 violent reactions. Sabi ni Maher, hello, I have been searching for years for someone to help me immigrate, move, and deport. Okay, I think that was a typo. Deport someone to help me adapt my journey. Please help. Another one, great news. Okay, well, it is a great news. But I don't want to celebrate yet. I don't want to go and get my coffee yet. I want to hear out what are the requirements and how to apply. But for sure, everyone, I want you to get that CLB4. That's English exam. Importante po yun. At least naka-4 kayo. Score is 4. And of course, high school graduate. I want you to get, pagka-qualified ka na, naka-high school graduate ka na, go get your World Education Services or assessment for your foreign transcript or educational assessment based on Canadian standard. Another one, I think there's a lot of saying that it's a great news. That's a good thing. But I think everyone is saying great news. I'm interested. So, well, maybe, who knows? They are actually saying there are like 31 reposts right now, whatever they're doing. So sorry. Okay. So that's the announcement right now about this caregiver program. Canada announces new pilot program to support caregivers, and Canadian families intends to make the caregiver program permanent. So that's what they said. Now I'm going to answer as much as I can about the, and Canadian families intends to make the caregiver program permanent. So that's what they said. Now I'm going to answer as much as I can about the questions here. Okay. So that's what they said. Now I'm going to answer as much as I can about the questions here. Okay. But for sure, if you are a high school diploma graduate and mayroon kang But for sure, if you are a high school diploma graduate and mayroon kang experience, relevant experience, or maybe you are a nursing background. But for sure, if you are a high school diploma graduate and mayroon kang experience, relevant experience, or maybe you are a nursing background, yes, you can apply. But again, all of these things, these four requirements, kailangan nyo ng employer to offer you those things. So, of course, you can. If you are a tourist visa holder, you are qualified to go for that kasi nga you are still entitled to be or maybe you're still called a foreign worker. Then at the same time, we have the rule until 2025 na anybody who are tourist visa, they can apply for work permit. Again, when you want work permit, you need an employer. So I always recommend to everyone, if you have no employer, you need to find an employer. I don't provide employer. So what you can do is to actually look for an employer who can offer you that sponsorship. As again, hindi masyadong clear at hindi masyadong madami yung information na binigay nila sa atin. It is just information saying that they are changing from 5 to 4. Yun lang yung alam ko, sigurado ako doon. From 5 to 4, level 4 na CLB or Canadian Language Benchmark. You need to have a high school diploma. So those are the two things that I can guarantee you that kailangan talaga. Kailan ang announcement ng whole information? For sure, hope maybe next week. O kasi mag-e-end na sa June 16 yung pilot na home child care provider pilot. They will gonna be creating a new pilot. So for sure, before that, mayroon na, and then they will gonna say, okay, in effect, this certain period or certain time, that's what they always do. So whenever they provide a new pilot, they actually announce it 1 week before, pero inaano nila yung they're still working in the background, but they're just too excited to do this. I think this is their way of doing it, hindi po yung minsanan yung kanilang announcement. Okay, so si Vendrick, finished 2 years contract, PR after 4 months of arrival. Is it safe to transfer province via PNP? Yes, you can, but it depends. You have to watch what kind of provinces you have. Once you get your PR, kaya nga binigyan kayo ng PNP nominee. So be careful with that. Don't just move. You need to make sure na you're actually getting those conditions. Kasi ang caregiver program, there's a condition. So be careful. Okay. Ma'am, complete requirement na po ako as a home child care provider dito sa Canada. I need your help. Okay, Ilongga, you can email me, norlenoligocis@gmail.com. My first name and last name, and then CIS, Canadian Immigration Specialist, @gmail.com. Email me whatever you want to hear from there. Okay, so paano po ang open work permit mag-aaral? Mag-aaral pa lang ng caregiver. December po magtapos. Pwede po kayang pilot program na to? Well, it is because they're just opening. So probably they're saying here pilot, but they're saying permanent about caregiver program. I have no idea yet, but for sure they will gonna announce in the next few weeks. If not few weeks, maybe, basta before June 16, they will have to tell us all these things. Okay, so si Dora, please, I need your help. Please email me again, norlenoligocis@gmail.com. With this, I want to warn everyone, with this new pilot program, they said new pilot program, and then doon naman sa ibang information sa kanilang sa binabasa ko, they're saying permanent program for PR, for caregiver program. I don't know. It's a complicated information, but again, na kanilang sa binabasa ko, they're saying permanent program for PR, for caregiver program. I don't know. It's a complicated information, but again, I can pick all those four things and can understand in between. But what I can suggest to everyone, for sure, this time, I want to warn everyone. Four things and can understand in between. But what I can suggest to everyone, for sure, this time, I want to warn everyone. Be careful in hiring a unlicensed immigration consultant. If these people will gonna tell you, this is the secret of these agencies. If they will say, okay, we will gonna create, okay, if they will gonna be, we will gonna create under your name a GCK account and will use that para sa'yo, then they are not licensed. What we do as licensed immigration consultant, we have our own GCK portal as immigration licensed people. Then we do that. Now, if the immigration will detect, or AI, artificial intelligence, detected that there is something in that application, kasi nga makikita na talaga nila, you can be barred for 5 years for misrepresentation because you're using an unlicensed immigration consultant. So be careful with that. Right now, we are in the move of doing something for us to have a powerful actions towards all this immigration, unlicensed immigration consultant, people who actually process for a fee and they're not licensed. That is illegal. Okay, I'm saying that is illegal. I don't want you to be barred. I'd rather get that refusal rather than getting this barred for 5 years. Please don't use agencies. Please, if in case you do that, because you know it's cheaper, you know they're easier to talk with. If you do that, be very careful. Maybe they are licensed. Ask for these people kung ano yung license number nila. Usually for us as immigration consultant, our license number starts with R. And of course, when you give to a licensee, make sure that they have enough experience in dealing with economic class. Economic class, part of it is a caregiver program. Economic class program is work permit coming to Canada. Be careful, everyone. I just can I'm never gonna be tired emphasizing to everybody, please don't use agencies right now. Don't use unlicensed immigration consultant. I have enough. Mayroon na napakadami na po ang nagsusumbong sa akin and nagsasabi sa akin that all of these situations, honestly, nawawalan sila ng opportunity to come to Canada, nababar sila to come here in Canada. Please don't use agencies, don't use ghost consultants, because ayokong mabar kayo, ayokong mawala yung future nyo to come to Canada to work here or permanently stay in Canada. Sayang naman. Don't take your future in Canada lightly. Alam ko marami po, there's a lot of people saying that Canada is so difficult to live, expensive, but honestly, if you only do the right thing, be smart to seek for immigration licensees, lawyers na, you know, they're really licensed people in order for you to help you get into Canada. Okay, so again, another one, international student pero my background as a caregiver even in the Philippines. Bella, yes, you can do that. Take a chance. Find an employer. Si Prince, hi Ate Norlin, nag-aasikaso din ba kayo ng work permit extension and visa renewal? Yes, I do that. I'm sure you can email me, norlinoligocis@gmail.com. Okay, so ang daming questions, guys. I like to okay. So Jasmine, what if my employer is willing to sponsor but no relevant experience but merong TESDA and CITO certificate? Go for it, Jasmine. Take a chance. Wag wag nyong ilimit yung sarili nyo. But what I can always say to everyone, use the right people, use the licensed people, because right now we are in the move. Actually, next week my meeting with Minister Miller, they will gonna be actually answering sa Ottawa kung bakit ina-allow nila ang mga unlicensed agencies na mag-process ng mga caregiver to come here. It's supposed to be immigration lawyers, at ang katapat po namin is as immigration lawyer, immigration licenses, or immigration consultant like me. Again, for those being called as agency, they're not licensed, they're not authorized to actually work for all whatever immigration process. At the end of the day, it can actually complicate your situation and they don't know what to do anymore. Unfortunately, these people, they cannot actually they cannot do the process. Unfortunately, they can't really do all this paperwork and all this research that we're doing. For us as licensees, as immigration lawyers, we study a lot, we research a lot almost every day. We maintain our licenses with a lot of seminars, a lot of researches, and of course we believe that we have to follow the ethical practice. We try our best to help people, so please don't put your paperworks, lalo na pag may employer kayo, don't put your paperworks to agencies. Ask them, if you are dealing with them, ask them for their license number. We all, as regulated professionals, we always have a number. Okay? So, again, si Maria, June 16 po ang mag-close po agad tong program na to. Yung program na mag-close tong June 16 is the past program for the past 5 years. That was the pilot for home child care provider. So, yeah. Again, I will come back again. This is just about the caregiver program. I would love to answer everyone. Please. All the best, everyone. God bless.